Welcome to my place. If you have been a little bit foolish like I have been and you have got lots of tomatoes, I'm going to show you how to make the best tomato relish in the world. But before I do that, if you have tomatoes that you really like and you want to grow them next year, let me show you how easy it is to take the seeds out and how to dry them off and to prepare them for next season's growth. Right, over here I've got a tomato. Just take your knife, and it's a seriously overripe tomato, and you need to just like get in there and like squeeze out all of that juice. We'll keep that because I'm going to show you how to make relish very soon. When you look into this, you'll notice that the seeds are almost not there, but when you get into here, you will see there's little globular bits there. They look like little tadpole bits with little red bits. There's a little seed there. All you need to do, toilet paper will be your best friend. From there, all you need to do is to lift those off and put those onto a little bit of toilet paper, put another one on top, and then get into here and then just quietly and carefully lift another one up and put it over to there. Now you probably can't see it, but there is a little seed into there. In fact, I've got one right there, and I'm just going to take that across and put that onto there. And you just keep going until you have all of your tomato seeds from there onto here, and then all you need to do is put those into the hot water cupboard and leave them until next season, and they will dry out. And then what I do is, when they're all ready to go, I just like peel them back, and they're all dried on there, and you'll see the wee seeds, and you just pick those off and wrap them in the toilet paper if you want to, and then just put them into the little jiffy pots. But I'll show you how to do that another day. Right, from there, I need to show you how to make what I said was going to be the best tomato relish in the world. We need a pot. I'm trying to be very careful and quietly working towards this as I go through. Right, I've got about 750 grams of tomatoes. These need to be cut. Just roughly chop them into your pot like so, because these are going to take probably about an hour and a half to possibly 2.5 hours, depending on how big your tomatoes are. We had the best crop this year, and every year I say to the engineer, do we have to grow so many tomatoes, because they go around the whole neighbourhood. Right, they go into there like so, and then you need some tomatoes. This little apple here, this is its second year of being on its little tree in my ground, and I was just absolutely amazed to see how well they are growing. Right, this here needs to be, now I don't take the seeds out. The only thing I do take out is that stalk, because I really don't want to be seeing stalk in there. And there is, I don't think, much nutritional value in that stalk for me. And I don't care about the seeds and the little pith and all the rest of it that goes into there, because this is going to act as like a lovely setting agent at the end of the day. So they just get quickly chopped up into there. So I've got about 750 grams of tomatoes and a couple of apples. And you can always tell when an apple is ready to serve or ready to eat. It's because the little seeds in here actually start to go black. Perfect. And the pectin that is in the tomato, that's the secret to making it set perfectly. Right, so just chop those up coarsely. I love the word coarse. It's a very organic word, and it actually to me means a bit rough. Right, I've got 3 large red onions, and whenever I'm cooking, a little thing that I like to do is to keep my colours together. So I've got the apples, and I've got the red, the tomatoes, and then I've got the red onions. I've also got a chilli which I grew this year, and oh my goodness, I grew so many. I just about died when I saw how many I had. Right, a couple of cloves of garlic go into there, or to taste. You decide how much you want to put into there. Then we need to put in, it's a good 2 cups of brown sugar or raw sugar. The other thing is that it's really hot here in Auckland, New Zealand, for those that are joining me from around the world. And I've got to be very careful with the humidity that my sugar doesn't go all hard and clumpy. Into there, I also need to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is like salt and pepper. It is to taste. I really like a nice bit of bite when it hits my mouth. So there's probably about a good teaspoon into there. A couple of coils of cinnamon, that goes into there. And then we need to add, I'm using a little bit of balsamic vinegar because I love the taste of the aged balsamic. So maybe about half a cup goes into there. But you can check on my website for the recipe. But, you know, the thing is that as years have gone by, you know, the recipes get altered and you add more or less of what you want. So if you like, the vinegar just actually helps to preserve it. I'm also using cider vinegar. The reason I'm using the cider vinegar is because I have used the tomatoes. I also, really like a multi-taste, so I'm going to put a little bit of molasses into there. Cut back on your sugar if you're using that. And it's like black tar, almost like gold. I love it. And then you need a little bit of salt into here. And I would say for this quantity, about half a tablespoon is all that you will need. And then you also need a good handful of raisins. So we'll just put those into there. And I love it with the raisins because in that moisture as it's cooking down, they like suck up all that beautiful flavour that's in there and help to give it a beautiful taste at the end of the day. Now the other thing is tomatoes and basil. Oh, what are you thinking? It's like fish without chips. So we're going to put a couple of rough chops and probably about a handful, more or less, of basil can go into there, and then that just gets a good stir around. Oh, I've lost my stirrer. Get into there, give that a good stir around, and then that is going to go onto an element, and you need to bring that up to boil with the lid on it. And it's going to sit, and when it comes up to the boil, take the lid off it so that all of that moisture can evaporate away, and that's just going to stew down. As I said earlier on, it's going to take about 2.5, 3 hours, depending on how ripe your tomatoes are and how much moisture's in there. So taking this over to the stove, turn that on. As I said, I'll bring that over to there. As I said, put the lid on it until it comes to the boil. And in the last half hour, when it starts to thicken, do not, under any circumstances, take your eye off the pot and continuously stir it, because if you don't, it will stick. Stick means burn. So quick. Okay, I'll be back later on. I'm going to show you how to bottle these up. And actually, before I go, let me just show you what it looks like. It's going to mush down to look like that. Oh, delicious. And I'm still trying to work out what's the difference between a relish and a chutney. I think a chutney might be a little bit thicker, but who knows. But it goes this beautiful black colour and it's fabulous. Anyway, I'll see you again soon.